Mixtape Radio.
Welcome to Mixtape Radio. I'm Mike Shea, and we're back for another week with 5 more bands and 5 more songs from all over the world. This show is brought to you by Cinescape Media. You can get more about this show and all other shows by going to their website, cinescape.media. Now, let me break down how this show works every week. I'm going to share clips of songs from 5 different bands and artists, and they're going to be all kinds of different stuff: rock, rap, hip-hop, EDM, metal, country, blues, whatever the hell else is out there. Nothing is off limits, and I'm going to tell you where these people have their music online for you to pick up, and a little bit about each of them as well. At the end of every month, I'll do a special episode where I create a mix of my favorite from the previous month. But enough talking now, let's get into the music. This first track is from an interesting character, and I'm using the word character very literally because this guy is like something out of a comic book or like a Saturday morning cartoon in the best way possible. His name is Orville Peck, and I cannot recommend enough that you follow this guy on Instagram. His physical style is like a mix between a Lone Ranger and Lady Gaga. Like these elaborate cowboy costumes with a unique type of mask over his face. It's something else. And his musical style fits the outlandishness of his wardrobe. It's not quite country, it's not quite rock, it's not quite pop. It's got hints of dark wave and folk and dream pop and yes, even a little country. It's like a weird combination of Nick Cave and Chris Stapleton. Specifically, he's very fond of a very Wild West guitar riff that you hear in most Western films, like The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. So let's take a listen to a song from Orville Peck's album Pony. This song is called Turn to Hate.
Don't leave, don't cry. You're just another boy caught in the ride. Don't say goodbye. Head full of nothing and I'm wondering why it's all
That was Turn to Hate by Orville Peck. You can pick up his album Pony at the link down in the description. Now, this next group is one that comes to us from jolly old London. Snow Goose is a groovy twosome that takes inspiration from the music of the 60s and 70s, the kind that gets real trippy and real funky. The vocal harmonies of singer Anna Sheard and guitarist Jim McCullough come over you like a wave, while the music behind them kind of creates this blanket of calm and leaves you in almost like a trance. From their upcoming album, The Making of You, here's Snow Goose with the song Everything.
Hearts on fire, new desires to discover. On their way, traveling hours through the night. Meet at the close of day, their vivid faces say everything, everything, everything. Side by side, you're...
That was Snow Goose with the song Everything. You can pre-order their new album, The Making of You, now at the link in the description. Now, all of the music featured on today's show was purchased through Bandcamp, so you'll also love it when we get music sent to us by you guys. If you'd like to have your music shared on this show, just send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Tell me your name, a little about your style, where your stuff can be found online, and most important of all, a song you'd like me to have, play on the show. If you don't send me music, this whole thing falls apart. We answer every email that we get, and we check that mailbox daily, so don't waste any time. Send us your music to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. Now then, let's talk about mixing American roots music with the White Stripes. Sounds like something that would never work, that should never be attempted. Well, an artist by the name of Man from Los Angeles certainly disagrees, and he's been killing it in the game for a number of years now. Crazy piano and drums, wild vocals, and a whole lot of fun. He's got a new album coming out in May, and there's a brand new single on Bandcamp you can all check out when you pre-order. Let's take a listen to a clip of that single. This is called Cloud 9.
Nothing ever lasts, eventually learn this by now.
That was Cloud9 from Man Man. You can pick up this special digital single now at the link in the description. If you'd also like to stay up to date with this show, get more involved, be part of the team as it were, you can follow us on social media. Mixtape Radio is on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram using the handle mixtaperadiopod. Follow along so you can let us know what you liked, what you didn't like, and even send us some music for the show. Now, one of my favorite cities in the country is Chicago, the Windy City. I love it because it's a city that lives and breathes the arts, man. There's music, comedy, film, theater, all of it. Chicago's all about that. And making waves in Chicago's music scene is an artist by the name of Lily Trufillo, aka Beach Bunny. Her vocals and lyrics are honest and heartfelt. The melodies of her music are simple and classic, and the songs on her album Honeymoon, which was just released this past Valentine's Day, are relatable and catchy and will have you ready to take on the day. Let's listen to a song from Beach Bunny's album. Here's Beach Bunny with the song Dream Boy.
I accidentally self-impose natural thoughts, killers wants, emotional involvement. You got my heart bursting at the seams. Baby, you're the boy from my dreams. If you're gonna love me, make sure that you do it right. I'll be under your window in the moonlight. Oh, it's in it, keep my heart like water.
That was Beach Bunny with Dream Boy. Make sure you follow the link in the description and pick up her new album, Honeymoon, now. Now, there's not a lot of time left in today's show, folks, but I still have one more song for you guys. Now, look, there is no shame in admitting it. I went through a bit of a goth phase. I've moved past that part of my life, but I still have a big soft spot in my heart for goth music, goth rock, dark wave, all that good stuff. And I came across an awesome dark wave artist the other day that I think you guys are really gonna dig. Long Night is a group from Switzerland that just this past week released a new single, and let me just say, it is freaking awesome. It's got just the right amount of creepy and fast-paced and intimidating, like all good dark wave and goth rock music should be. Let's take a listen to the song TikTok.
And the lights too bright. It's a runaway train going down the line.
That was TikTok by Long Night. Pick up the full EP at the link down in the description. Well, I hate to say it, but that brings us to the end of this week's show. I know, I'm sad too. But not to worry, we'll be back again next week with 5 new artists, 5 new songs. Make sure you guys follow us on all the social media at Mixtape Radio Pod. Remember, if you like your music featured on the show, you can just send an email to mixtaperadiopod@gmail.com. This show is a proud member of Cinescape Media, so make sure you go to their website, cinescape.media, and see everything they have to offer. And with that being said, I'm Mike Shea, and this has been Mixtape Radio. We'll catch you next week, and until then, remember, folks, support your local musicians.